viral TikTok algorithm post for authors? Well, child, my viral... Hi, guys. I'm just gonna put my toy horses away. I don't know why the baby was all the way over here, because that's its mama. My husband moved things around and they're out of order. I do have a go-to viral format for authors, and it's pretty great. It's the same thing that I use on all social media when I post on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat, which I only do sometimes. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just too old for Snapchat. But I then do it on like Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts sometimes if I feel like it, but whatever. But this is the strategy that I use for all of my book posts, and it's what makes me money from my books. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Kate Hall. I have published over 30 books and I make money from those and make a full-time living from them, but I've also helped over 3,000 authors make a full-time living posting their books on social media. And I'm also not weird about horses. This is one of my favorites. So let's look into what my actual viral formula is, because I know that's why you're here, even though you love my Breyer horses, right? Tell me you love my Breyer horses. But the first thing is you have to pick a scene that has emotional juice, romance juice. Not that kind, Omegaverse people. I love you, all due respect. That's not the kind we're talking about for this video. Because guess what? I never post spicy scenes on TikTok, even though I write incredibly spicy books. I pick scenes with hardcore emotional juice. And by juice, I do not mean that juice. I mean angst. I mean something that evokes insecurity, self-consciousness, and feelings of loneliness in the reader. And there's all sorts of things that evoke these sorts of emotions. Scenes where a main character finds out that her man has been going out to lunch with this super hot other lady. Never mind that this lady is actually his sister that she didn't know about, because that's something people will find out when they read the book, that she was jealous over nothing. But we're gonna pick the scene where she finds out or confronts him about the fact that he's been going out with this super hot lady with huge personality. Or it can be the scene where the billionaire forgets his girlfriend's birthday. Or it can be the scene where the super scary monster rejects his fated mate because he knows that it's for her own good, because all the other monsters will be after her and try to kill her. But she just thinks, wow, I'm sad because my sexy monster doesn't want me. If you don't write romance, there are also ways to pull out this emotional juice. I can't stop saying it now that I've said it. One of my clients, Roxana Arama, wrote a book called The Regolith Temple. I'm so sorry, Roxana, if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I did love this book, though. It is a sci-fi novel that technically has some romantic elements because the guy is married, but his marriage is kind of on the rocks because he's so busy at work. But basically, the plot of it is that he is stuck at work, like literally trapped with 24/7 security, working on this, spoilers, some sort of system, some sort of new technology that nobody can know about. And the scene that I loved that works and has so much emotional juice involves his mom. That's why we're not using that kind of juice, guys. It's his mom, okay? Basically, the man's boss sends him an email to let him know that his mother died. And he says, obviously, you can't go to the funeral. And the guy is pretty obviously devastated. And the reason this has emotional juice is because this man is completely isolated. He's alone. He's depressed. His wife is probably gonna leave him. And now his mom is dead and he can't even go to the funeral because he's literally trapped at work. We've all had that kind of boss, right? Where we're like, hey, I have the worst day. I just found out that my sister's in the hospital and my dad was hit by a truck and those were two separate incidents. And then your boss is like, okay, so like, you're running late or something, and you're like, you boss, I quit. If you can anyway. A lot of people can't. And that's kind of where that book is, right? He literally can't leave. He's literally trapped at work. It's a really excellent illustration of systems put in place to suppress people and force them to stay in places that don't serve them or are terrible. Anyway, this isn't about the book. It's not even an ad for the book, but it's an example of how you can use that, don't say emotional juice, don't say emotional juice, emotional juice to market your books, even if they're not romance. If you want me to tell you step by step how to do all of this in excruciating detail, make sure to check out the link in the description, but we're moving on. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take that emotional juice and amp it the We are going to take the literal scene from the book and put it on social media. No, you don't have to put the big long scene. You don't have to put a 3,000 word chapter, but a page is generally enough to give people an idea. A few paragraphs is enough to give people a good idea. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut out everything that doesn't serve that specific drama, that specific emotional juice. And we are just going to include the things that make it juicy. I didn't say emotional juice that time. I'm doing better, guys, I swear. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that scene and we're going to divide it up into slides, or we're going to do a screenshot and just put it over like a background video of you being like, or it can be like a background video that's like flowers or some shit. It doesn't have to be your face. And then we're going to post it on social media. It's basically just posting it in a way that's easy to consume, right? So when I do it on TikTok slideshows, it's easy to consume because people can scroll through at their own pace. You can also do a video where you're just chatting about it. So instead of posting it as a slideshow, you can literally post your face or B-roll footage of you signing books so you don't have to show your face, but maybe you have to talk and you're just like, so I'm sitting at work, this truck driver calls, it's my job to do dispatch for the truck drivers, and he calls and he's like, hey, listen, I'm parked outside an adult store, but I'm not going in. And then I like get off the phone with him because, okay, what the fuck, none of my business. And I'm like, hey boss, what's the code for not watching porn tonight? And before my boss can answer, a like 6'5" dude with his full titties out and silver hair, this is like, I don't know, he looks like he's from a movie or something. He looks like The Witcher kind of, but like more beardy. Anyway, he comes storming in, like sprays me with some tells me that he's my stalker who sent me all this jewelry, and then I pass out and he literally kidnaps me. So I wake up in this weird like cave mansion castle room or something, and when I try to get out, when I try to open the door electrocutes me. And he is basically telling everybody that he was supposed to marry me like 10 years ago, and I ran away and like wussed out of it. And I'm just saying, I've never heard of this guy or met him in my life, okay? This is crazy. See how we can get all conversational about it? And we can put it in our point of view as though what's happening to us, as though it's something that we're telling our friend at the coffee shop. I should not be allowed access to a camera. This is a crime. I'm so sorry, everyone. Not sorry. But we're going to make our content in a way that is easy for people to consume so that they can consume that content. And I have found that photo slides have the highest ROI, return on investment, as far as the amount of time and energy and money it takes to make content. And I'm not saying that you are like literally paying money to make the content unless you're doing it through Canva and have a subscription, but like time is money, whatever. You're gonna make more money with the slideshows because people are more likely to go buy the book from the slideshows. I think it's because we get people into this like mentality that I like to call reading mode, but they're more likely to go buy the book. Just trust me on that. I have done studies on like thousands of authors and looked at their numbers and looked at their sales numbers compared to the posts that they're making, the type of post they're making, the frequency of the post, and the slideshow posts always have the highest ROI. And if you want to learn how to make these properly, the easy way, the quick way that doesn't take a million hours a week, make sure to check out the link in the description.